Hello and welcome to Trails to Azure Part 39. Continuing where I left off on day 3 of chapter 3, with going through the central district, talking to everybody. I don't think there's many storylines that are very interesting that are left in Crossbell, but there are some outer stories that might be interesting still. Checking in on Armorica will be interesting. Mines, I don't know. Belgard and Tangram, one of them has a quest. But I'm gonna check here and then work my way through the rest of the central city. I assume once again I can't do this. What? The cryptids don't seem to be responsible for yesterday's train derailment. Still, they worry me. Those monsters have been emerging with increasing frequency. I misread it. I was reading it quickly. I heard that mysterious blue pants. And if there were like blue jeans at every cryptid site, that would have been something actually interesting to read about, but no, it's just the blue plants. I heard that mysterious blue plants have been sighted near the locations they've appeared too. What could that mean? And then that's nothing new. That's just a weird summary. The worst thing about rainy days is that you can't even go outside to get some fresh air during your break. This lobby isn't too bad though. I guess. I'll just have to make do. The ceiling is so high on the ground floor that it almost feels like I'm outside anyway. A building this modern is impressive as is. The fact that it doubles as Crossbell City Hall is the icing on the cake. Controversy about the independence proposal aside, I just might want to live here someday. I'm just gonna quickly go through these very quickly because it seems like... Ooh, so that's actually relevant. The Civic Center is holding a public forum about the faults and merits of state independence today. And there's standing room open. That might be relevant. There might be an interaction or quest there. Yes, that's nothing important. Yeah, nothing really important from these guys. I don't expect much in this area, so there's 2 of them to talk to. And that's it. There was a mother-child here yesterday, in-game yesterday, who commented that they wanted the rain to stay away, and that made it obvious it was going to rain today. Ugh, we came all the way out here too. Why did it have to rain today of all days? Why are they walking in place? Like, why can't they just be still? Well, that's a shame. The weather's so overcast that I can't see the top from here. That actually would make it kind of more impressive to see. Like, you're looking up, but you can't even see the top because of it. Because of the weather. I can't believe the railroad is back up and running already. Those guardsmen make one heck of a repair squad. Much like the CPT, I feel like the CGF is underappreciated. The average person doesn't realize how much they do. Seeing them work so hard yesterday was a little inspirational, to be honest. Okay. Just make sure there's no weird interactions. Okay, so there's only a few people to talk to. I have a new quartz fragment. I just can't figure out how Walled Wallace got his hands on Gnosis. If it wasn't through Ravash, then where the heck did it come from? So, Gnosis is back. We'll be looking into Ravash's old smuggling routes for any traces of it. I can't help but feel like we're not going to find much though. Anyway, there's no point in racking our noggins on doubts and reservations right now. All we can do is snuff out each possibility one by one. Hand over fragments. Okay, let's see if it's a fully complete one. I don't think it is. Oh, fully one. No, that was just a second part decrypted. I don't think I have anything new here. Okay, what did I actually get there? Just a single U material and 500 Mira. Yeah. I should talk to her. Thanks to the Guardian Force, the Transcontinental Railroad was able to resume service this morning. Luckily, they pulled it off for the first service of the day, so schedules didn't have to be modified. The CGF really is something, isn't it? This wouldn't have been possible without the Guardsmen's perseverance. Hey guys, I heard the SSS was working hard on the job yesterday. Finding more information on Ouroboros. Getting to the bottom of the derailment? Seriously, way to go. I wouldn't be so quick to heap the praise on us. The people who were up until morning repairing the railway deserve far more credit than we do. Come on, don't be like that. You guys were doing overtime until late last night too, weren't you? Just don't forget to look after yourselves. Your health should be priority numero uno. Thank you for your concern, Nurse Fran. Hey, I like the sound of that. But for real, you're in for a tough shift too. So take some of your own medicine and don't overdo it. Don't worry, I won't. I've already been primed with like the actual villain of this arc accidentally. Like it was just an accidental reveal. So I can't really comment on anything that's going on because it would feel weird, but it's just an odd knowing what sort of having a general idea of what's going on that I shouldn't know makes certain stuff stand out more than others. There's nothing quite like the ambient noise of a drizzly day. The pitter-patter of water hitting the pond, the umbrellas, the ground. Each unique sound comes together like a little raindrop symphony. That's kind of nice. I kind of hope that this is not anything. We are currently holding a public forum on state independence in the hall to the left. Feel free to attend if you're interested. I hope it's not like a long cutscene. I hope it's just, oh, talk to people if you feel like it. The public forum is proceeding smoothly. Ray, it stays that way. The last thing we need is an uproar at the Civic Center. Just on the off chance that it's some sort of quest. Oh yes, I spent time getting a little bit more Mira, so I'm now back up to over 130,000. And I'm sitting at about 1,000, but I did the math wrong on Mirage Quartz, and I ended up at 930. I don't know how I did the math wrong, but I did. Our current system is far too forgiving on foreigners, especially those from Erebonia and Calvard. Worse still, we have no choice right now but to pay those countries 10% of our own tax revenue. How can any self-respecting Crossbell justify such a policy? These abuses will continue indefinitely if we refuse to stand up for ourselves. Is that what you want for our people? What utter nonsense. The grim truth is that independence simply isn't tenable in Crossbell's current condition. Suppose we're invaded by another country. How will the CGF defend us when they have not even a single tank at their disposal? That's the worst argument. Another country? What you mean to say is the Erebonian Empire. We've all been keenly aware of the threat they pose since the day they installed those railway guns at Gorelia Fortress right in range of Crossbell City. If our state became independent, its abundant wealth could easily finance tanks, patrol ships, and anything else necessary for our security. The only question that remains is whether our people and leadership have the courage to do what must be done. Obstinate fools, wake up and accept reality. You're forgetting that Crossbell's prosperity is largely due to the Mira that flows in from Erebonia and Calvard, which wouldn't really stop, but if we cut ties and declare independence, that well will dry up in an instant. Everyone, please settle down. The real issue at hand here is whether such a high-handed independence proposal will even be accepted by the international community. But it's already been accepted by everyone but the two people that stand to lose. Like, everyone else would accept it. Isn't that something we've overlooked? The international community has nothing to do with this. Crossbell's independence is something that concerns us and us alone. It's our only hope of achieving justice. You're nothing more than a convenient mouthpiece for Calvard. What makes you think you have a voice in this? Well, yes, I am a part of the Republican faction, so to speak. However, I can say with confidence that my love for Crossbell is as great as any citizen's. I mean, that's probably false, but he does seem more in favor of Crossbell than the other representative sitting beside him, who's clearly just in favor of the Erebonia. I demand an apology for this insult. The rain ain't putting a damper on this shindig. They're going at it like animals over there. Yeah, there are way more citizens here than I'd expected, too. It seems the young, up-and-coming independent faction is in a heated debate with the leading Imperial and Republican faction representatives. If this doesn't perfectly reflect Crossbell's current climate, I don't know what would. They all appear to be making sound arguments, at the very least. No, the argument about, oh, Crossbell doesn't have tanks is kind of weak. Now, Crossbell would lose in a war against Erebonia. Very solid argument. But the argument about they don't have tanks is just weak, because the reason they don't have tanks is because they're not allowed to, because they're not independent. Which, maybe they wouldn't be able to get tanks if they became independent, but they might be able to, whereas now they physically can't, because of other people's interference. That's a weak argument. The argument that they would lose a war, strong argument. This isn't a problem that's going to be solved so easily by words alone, though. Moreover, these are the same points of contention that have been raging since the state was founded. Perhaps it's high time something was done to put this discussion to rest. Agreed. There's really only two answers here. Sovereignty with an uncertain future, or servitude without justice. Yep. I don't get the it's probably wise not to enter. That's kind of a weak excuse to not go back in. Another rainy day, I'd better stay out of the basement archive so that no moisture sneaks its way in. Let me go to the basement. That seems like somewhere that I should be able to go, but it could just be there aesthetically. I heard that there have been some out-of-the-ordinary monsters appearing throughout Crossbell. They're said to be strikingly similar to the ones written about in the Church's Testament. What could be causing such a phenomenon? Well, it is the Church's fault. Ooh. I heard they're holding a public forum in the at the Civic Center today. The topic is state independence. It just reminds me how close the referendum is. I'll need to decide which way I'm voting soon. Let's see. Mom, what does this word mean? What word is it? They could have at least given like a funny word that was just hard to define. Ah yes, I have a quest to finish. Report coverage. Hello again, SSS. I take it you finished sampling 6 different places for the gourmet guide? Would you like to report to Grace now? Report to Grace, because I already have all 6. Understood. I'll let Grace know you're here. You're welcome to wait for her on the 2nd floor. Hey, there's my newest guest editors. So, how'd your little culinary tour go? We enjoyed it, actually. Yeah, once you get past the fact that we had to march all over the damn state, I'm pooped. Hey, it was worth it to eat all that delicious food, am I right? Okay, stop holding out on me. Tell me what you got. Right. Summary. So, you guys checked out 11 places in total, huh? Now that's what I call thorough. Makes me wish I could take you on as assistants. Okay, now let's move on to your individual recommendations. I'm actually just going to skim through this, because I don't think it's particularly important. Because it's just listing the foods that have already been seen. Okay, now I have to go back here. Right here. Regular connoisseur. I think that wraps it up. Great work, gang. I'll just do this real quick. I'm not going to read these because it's just a waste of time in my opinion, because we already know their opinions. But just for the sake of having this all here, because there's nothing new. It's the exact same content, I think, as what they had before. I think that wraps it up. Great work, gang. All of you managed to find a favorite dish to recommend. The guide is going to have a lot more meat to it, with your special feature in there. Thanks a bunch, seriously. No problem. This request was so much fun that it barely felt like work. It was a good thing we made sure to be thorough. Sure was. But don't think your work is over just yet. Now comes the part where you each have to write a personal introduction. Despite inexperience, they did their best. Eventually, they wrote it. It's just not very interesting. That should just about do it. We'll proofread this on our end later, but it should be good for now. The gourmet guide is finally coming together, thanks to all of your hard work. Haha, that was tougher than I thought it would be. Does that mean we're off the hook? Sure does. Thanks for the help, guys. It'll be a while before this all gets published, but keep an eye out for when it hits the stands. I'll let you know if I need anything else. Sure thing, Grace. See you later. Taste of Crossbell complete. Editing these articles always takes the wind out of me. It wouldn't be a problem if I was still 20, but I'm no spring chicken anymore. Ugh, growing old bites. Good work. Okay. Well, if it isn't my bestest pals, the SSS. I heard you all had a long, busy night. Speaking of which, you got any leads on that Wald kid? No, we don't. We paid Ignis a visit this morning, only to come away empty-handed. Rats. That's okay. We've got some leads of our own to try. Oh, and Wazzy, don't beat yourself up too much over this, alright? I appreciate the concern. It's a good thing the derailment got sorted out before things turned too chaotic. I wish we knew where that kid could have gotten that drug, though. Okay. He's like the only one still out here. That's kind of interesting. Because like the ice cream lady's not here. So if you didn't get her before now, you wouldn't be able to finish that quest, I think. You'd have to accept a loss. Achoo! Ugh. Looks like I might be coming down with a cold. Ooh. When you have a cold, you get the like super hot and spicy broth. And then you just drip mucus from your nose. Gross. But then you blow your nose and your nose is clear for the first time in hours. Wonderful. When one stands to profit, another must stand to lose. Such is the harsh reality of the market. A word of advice. In the world of financial speculation, there are no absolutes. In other words, if you're looking to get into trading, you should only risk whatever funds you're willing to lose. Welcome to the IBC, SSS. I know being on duty in the rain can be rough going, so take care of yourselves out there, and don't catch a cold. The more I use the Yorble network, the more fascinated I become. Corina enjoys playing games on it, whereas I'm partial to the weather forecast feature. Nothing is guaranteed, of course, but they're surprisingly accurate. I make sure to check every day. Wait, is this Corona? It is. It's such a hassle wading through the rain just to make it to work. Hopefully, the growth of the OrbitalNet will lead to more jobs people can do from the comfort of their homes. That would have been perfect today. See, if this was like this, if that's a direct translation, it's great. It's very, I don't know, it's solid foresight. Like 2011 or 2013, the concept wouldn't have been totally unforeseen, but considering even now in 2023, over a decade after this original game was originally released, it is still not a common. It's still not a commonly accepted, like, application. Like, it's not a commonly accepted form of work in some places. Like, so many places are trying to go back to in person, despite the fact that it not being in person worked just as well, if not better, because, you know, the control. They just want the control over the people. It's just kind of an interesting facet that in either 2011 or 2013, it was talking about that. And reality, it hasn't even reached that here. Or at least it hasn't reached its fullest potential. There's no such thing as endless rain, or an eternally clouded sky. Yeah, never mind. I was trying to string together a poem, but I've never been good with words. What a funny character. I want to see if talking to him twice changes anything. Wait, what? Or an eternally full stomach. It was even worse. It was funnier, though. Yeah, if I'd talked to them on chapter 1, I would have had a hidden quest that I would have actually been able to do. Sadly, because it never mattered until now, I didn't check it every single time. Kid. A train got hurt yesterday, right? That's super scary. Did someone push it over or something? People are saying a giant monster was spotted near the train accident yesterday. How terrifying. It's another rainy day in Crossbell. That puts quite the damper on my shopping plans. Those leftovers will have to do for dinner tonight. Are you sure you're not just looking for an excuse to get out of cooking, Mom? Okay, these... What kind of window is this? Like, it goes right here. What kind of window is that? 'Cause it would be dark. My wife and daughter came to town for a visit. They returned to Arabonia just this morning. Yesterday's derailment sent chills down my spine, so I'm thankful service is up and running again already. He should have been like, darn, if only it had been delayed a couple days, then he could have hung out with his wife and child. Sprinkle. There's nothing more calming than watering the plant. The sound of rain is quite relaxing too. Today's a good day for rest and relaxation. Kitty. Oh no. Marie cleaned her face yesterday. The lady at the marketplace said they do that because it's about to rain. I can't believe it came true. It's been a long time since I've last had a day off from work. It's a rainy one too. I plan to sit back, relax, and enjoy it with my family. This family's great. They're happy. Roy has a day off from work. Look at this spinny toy my big brother made. Spinny, spinny, swirly, swirly. I gave some of the shoddier pinwheels I made at work to Mei Ling. Then she said she wanted to play with them outside. And as you can see, she wouldn't take no for an answer. Walking around outside on a rainy day isn't my idea of fun, though. Well, as long as Mei Ling's enjoying herself, I guess it's fine. Doubt getting many customers. I gave Roy the day off, so I'll just pass the time making some new handicrafts to sell. Why does he have a flower planter? Oh boy, I managed to save 10 mira today. I can spend it on some ice cream on my way home. Or not. It's too cold out because of the rain. Oh, for crying out loud. I just finished plugging up a hole in the tent, and already there's a new one. I wish Dins would get his head out of the clouds and actually help for a change. The guy who sells me vegetables was in a tizzy about something this morning. Apparently, there was a huge commotion over in our Morica village yesterday. Sounds like it worked itself out one way or another. I wonder what happened. Yeah, they had to get rid of their truck, maybe? A bracer came by this morning to ask a few questions. Apparently, a couple of female bracers went missing recently. Just where do they run off to in weather like this? I want to give, like, one fish. So what can I get? I can trade it for all Sepith. That would actually be a pretty okay way to get Sepith. Piraruku. Rare veggies. Rice. Trading a turtle for rice? That's a scam. The rice is so much lower price than a turtle. This is interesting though. But I was reading some stuff, and apparently sprouted brown rice. Terrapins in... Because I was curious about the food stuff. Apparently terrapins and whales were not considered like meat in the same way as meat was in parts of Japan in the relatively distant past. It's just odd. I thought if I had enough chutzpah, I could work through anything Master threw at us. Turns out that was pretty naive of me. But I get it now. I need to focus on contributing how I can instead of biting off more than I can chew. I see. So you've been staying here at Long Lao since before the conference. How do you find the food here? To your liking, I hope? Very. It's been a challenge not to overeat since I checked in. Sorry for calling you out here today, by the way. I feel I should have been the one going to you. Please, don't concern yourself over it. I rather enjoy my jaunts and strolls, after all. Excuse me. Haha, that makes me feel a little better. Freelance journalists really do get around, don't they? By the way, Nielsen, you've been here in town since a few weeks before the conference, right? I can only assume you're concerned about everything that's happening in your hometown. You would be right about that. I wanted to come and cover the events for myself. As a matter of fact, I plan on extending my stay here a little while longer. So this interaction would be slightly different if I had gotten that first hidden quest and maintained the hidden quest, because it's a quest involving Nielsen and, you know, investigating the events of, I think, the previous game, sort of, at least initially. So that interaction might have gone differently. I enjoy it when we have fewer customers on these rainy days. It gives me the time to prepare the next day's ingredients in one sitting. Looks like the part-timers are putting more effort into their old chores than ever before. Haha. And here I always used to say that Puck and Roos were hopeless. There might be some promise in them yet. Just a little, though. He's still here. Well, that's just great. Another rainy day. It's Rixia. I'll have to be careful out there. Driving in this weather can get pretty dangerous. Oh yeah, the drivers in the west. I don't get it. Why isn't Daddy here yet? I took my son and left after getting into a fight with my husband. Once he found out where we were, he told us to call home. Is that what he calls an apology? I'm not budging till I hear some sincerity. My lack of experience in the kitchen yesterday gave me a real wake-up call. A painful one, too. After talking things over with Puck, we agreed to go back to doing chores and give them all we've got. After all, if we aren't killing it at the most basic of tasks, how can we ever expect to move up the ladder? Still nothing worth buying up. Oh, hello everyone. It's good to see you, Rixia. Did you stop by to get some lunch? Yes, I did. I was just chatting with Shan here over some dessert. You guys are with the police, right? Aw, you came right when the girls' talk was heating up. Haha, sorry to rain on your parade. I feel like I'm getting an exclusive look at the private life of an arc-en-ciel performer. Yeah, you never really know who a famous person might be friends with. Ahaha, please, you're flattering me. I'm still only a rookie. If it weren't for Shan, I'd likely spend most of my days off sitting at home doing nothing. It helps that we're around the same age. Rixie and I have gotten along since we met. And even with her proportions, it's always fun to shop for cute clothes with her. It's admittedly a little hard to find cute things that fit. I suppose it is true that very few people have Rixia's proportions. A problem some would kill to have. I have to say though, you two really do seem like good friends. Hehe, I suppose we are. I don't know what I'd do without Shan. I had to move often when I lived in Calvert due to my father's job. I had trouble making friends because of that, so I always felt like I was a bit of a loner. Yeah? Never would have guessed. Don't you worry, Rixia. Now that we're besties, you're never gonna get rid of me. Me and you'll be together forever. I'll even get us matching tombstones. Aw, thank you, Shan. Haha, feels like we're third wheeling pretty hard right now. You're right, let's leave these two to themselves. Oh, I'm sorry everyone. I didn't mean to make you feel left out. No, not at all. It was great catching up with you, Rixia. We'll see you later. Okay, be seeing you. Can I talk to Shan? Can I talk to Shan? Boom. So these folks, I still have these folks. You can never tell what might happen from one moment to the next these days. I'll have to warn Roy and Mei Ling to be extra careful when they go outside. They say that a mysterious monster was responsible for yesterday's derailment. I have to wonder if it's anything like the ones people have been spotting around the state. Dangerous incidents have been on the rise lately. You kids should be extra careful out there. Okay. Fishing nerds. Still nothing to talk about. I have one duel left, but I can't finish it until chapter 4. Because I can't catch catfish. And I need to catch a catfish and all 3 legendary fish that I've unlocked to be able to do anything. No! I didn't want to talk to him yet. Oh well. Well, now isn't this a surprise? It's good to see you, Michelle. We couldn't shake our concerns after that call you gave us. Oh me oh my. I didn't mean to make you rush all this way. Still, I'm glad you did. Sorry if I gave you any pressure. No prob. I'm guessing you haven't made contact with Lynn or Aeolia yet, though? Nope. Arias and the gang are out looking for them right now. I mean, seriously. Where the heck could those two even be? This is getting worrisome. If you can't contact them via their enigmas, does that mean they're out of the state? I was thinking that too. But there's no record of them leaving from the station or the airport. Same goes for Bellegarde and Tangram. That does raise some red flags. If Lynn and Aeolia are still within Crossbell State, there may be a chance that we can locate them. Really? It's not like we can't travel around Crossbell State infinite number of times within a day. Like, we can, but how? The Enigma 2 has additional functionalities that were carried over from testing. One such functionality allows it to send out an emergency signal. What? Why were we not told about this forever ago? Really? This definitely isn't a plot contrivance. It is configured to use reserve orbital energy to transmit waves of a specific frequency at fixed intervals. However, the waves are faint at best. As far as I'm aware, the Foundation has yet to find a practical application for it. They never removed the feature itself, however. It should still be present in our production models. So in other words, if we manage to pick up that signal, it'll lead us straight to Lynn and Aeolia. It's worth a try at the very least. Chief Roberts is familiar with this function. We should try visiting him at the IBC. I imagine he would be willing to help us. Good thinking. We'll head there now. No, we won't. I'm sorry to put you guys through this. Thanks for bailing us out here. Yeah, I'm not doing that right now. I didn't even mean to talk to Michelle. Don't forget to contact me right away the second you learn anything new. If the situation calls for it, I can get Arios and the others back in a jiff. Roger that. We're off to the IBC then. No, we're not. I didn't even mean to talk to him. I forgot that that's where the questing was. So, I've already talked to the people in here. Where's the Geofront connection? Supposedly somewhere... Oh, there it is. Apparently this is the Geofront connection. I think this is the entrance to the Geofront D sector. That's where we'll find the wanted monster from the request. This door was sealed for the longest time until now. That raises a certain question, however. If the downtown district isn't connected to the orbital network, then why does it have an entry point into the Geofront? The sewer? That's a good point, actually. I thought this district wasn't included in the city's redevelopment plans. As we mentioned before, the D sector was made under the orders of the Diet members and government officials. Underground construction went on for so long that it eventually reached all the way here. Evidently, they'd fabricated a demand and began building without any concrete plans. I see what you're saying. What's beyond here is another byproduct of unchecked governmental malpractice. That's one way to put it. Fortunately, Crossbell's been improving in that regard ever since Mayor Croix was elected. That's enough politics for one day. Let's get down there and take out that wanted monster already. I'll do that after I talk to people. Heard a train got derailed yesterday. Supposedly some gigantic monster came along and gave it a mean whack. Why do so many nobodies have this information? Like, he doesn't have an intelligence network. Why does he know about this? Sounds like baloney to me, though. What kind of monster is strong enough to punch a train clean off the tracks? A lot of monsters. What is wrong with him? He thinks there's a reason they wouldn't be able to punch it off the tracks? Oh yeah, I equipped this so that I'd be hit more frequently. I need to actually equip actual gear. Evergreen and the one that gave 15. There. Mishi hat and my boots. And my club. 85% evasion. She was... Oh, I actually want someone to keep the team rush, but... She had... Sniper barrel. And... Maybe she was the one that had the team rush. I want Michette Ribbon on somebody. That's pretty good. For now, I will put the ribbon on her. Give her her gun. I don't really think I need both. It might be in my best interest to put the Team Rush one on her. I wasn't paying attention, I went past it. The Medal of Valor to get more team rush. She has 915 strength. She has a lot of strength. Oh, I also need to change my... I think with how evasion works, it's best to have him forwards and have them back. I think that's better. I do need to re-equip them so they actually have gear. I had CP gen on her, auto CP up, and I guess I could give her the True Gladiator, but I don't think the... Like, assuming the raises CP gained is the same amount, I don't think the defense down is useful. Because she's my arts user, she doesn't really benefit as much. I do need something that just gives arts, because her arts is only 505 compared to her 498. Like, her arts is not high. She needs to boost her arts to be better for, you know, using arts. Which, I mean, it might be better to have her use a different one of these instead, but... I mean, Mirage gives decent arts in the end. Cannon's good for healing, and it gives more arts. Oh yeah, I had Scepter equipped because it gave slightly more Sepith gain when I was farming. So Trinity, ooh, something happened. So, word on the streets that Wald is on the same drug Dino took in the spring. Rival gang or not, I'm worried for the poor guy. It's weird, but I can never be worried for Wald. He's just insufferable. What in the world is Wald thinking? Alcohol is one thing, but drugs? I'm on that side. He's just pathetic, honestly. Like, yes, some people get, you know, addicted, but like, he's so obsessed with fighting Wazi that he decided, oh yeah, let's dope. Like, he's dominant. Wald has been nothing but pathetic the entire time we've known him. Ah, Wazi. We will be continuing the search for information about Wald on our end. Yeah, we're going to scour the streets for leads once we're done laying out our game plan. Don't worry about us. You keep doing what you're doing with the SSS. Appreciate it, boys. I'm counting on you. See, these are good people. The Saber Vipers? No one likes the Saber Vipers. They don't do anything good for the country, the town, the state. They don't benefit anybody but themselves. Getting the good stuff in has been a pain in the ass ever since that mess at the trade conference. Apparently, Airboni and Calvert are putting the pressure on behind the scenes. Be nice if they'd quit busting my balls like this, though. You've got to be kidding. It's raining again. Can't all the rain just pour down at once so we can get it over with? Can I get anything good? I already have one of these, I believe. Shackle. That's enemies attacked on the field are slowed. Interesting. Not good, but interesting. That seems useful in... Oh, actually, that's really good elemental values. 4 Mirage, 3 of everything else. That actually seems really good. Except it needs a Mind 3. And a Tier All Bomb. That is expensive. Eagle-Eye information. I should try to get a Heaven's Eye to replace the Eagle's Eye in the information. SM talks to, now I have to go to the Saber Vipers, who are going to have nothing of value to say because they never have anything of value to say. And technically we've already talked to them. The cops, you're back already. You pigs dig up a new lead while you're out playing in the mud. Says the guy sitting in their den doing nothing. Wait, Wazzy's with them too. You smug son of a... You've got balls showing up here. It's your fault that Walds... They are not in a friendly mood today. Perhaps we should have stayed away. Is Luganov gonna grow up? Luganov, what are you... Nope, he didn't grow up. He's just a child still. Hey. Wazzy. Listen up, Wazzy. We know what's going on. Wald, he's on that jacked up drug now, too. Don't act like this has nothing to do with you. It's your goddamn fault in the first place. It isn't. It's almost like Wazzy felt like just playing at gangs was a waste of time. Lloyd, how much do they know? I specifically refrained from telling them about Wald's demonization. But we did mention that Wald was likely under the influence of Gnosis. If you just hadn't shown up 2 years back, none of this would have ever happened. We could have been living it up the whole time. At least he's blaming it on him showing up in the first place, instead of leaving. But no, you just had to ride in downtown and screw it all to Gehenna. And now you're in bed with the damn cops, just to get your sick kicks? Well, say something. It wasn't just 4 kicks. I chose this path because there was something important I needed to do. What happened to Wald as a result of that was an unforeseen consequence. Wazzy. So what? You think that self-righteous bullshit is going to get you off the hook? Please give us the opportunity to fight these guys because they are insufferable. I should beat your ass. You couldn't. Huh? Why would you let me go? 'Cause I just need to let off some steam. Look, Wazzy, we tried. We know we can't get through to him, but if anyone can, it's you. See, at least it seems like he has grown up a little. He's like, I'm just letting off steam. He knows it's not Wazzy's fault, I think. Way I see it, I deserve to sock that pretty boy face of yours, but instead of cashing that in, I want you to do us a solid. Smack some sense into Wald and wake him up. Luganov? But bro... So that's how it's gonna be. Wazzy? I can't make any promises, but I'll do everything in my power to bring him back to his senses. That should be enough to finally settle things as the founder of the Testaments. It's just such a weak, they're just angry. And yeah, they have to they want to direct it at someone, but it's not the correct person to direct it at. It's just kind of, I mean, it fits that the Saber Vipers, from the beginning till now, have always been insufferable. This part of the Geofront's much more high-tech looking. But, at least they're consistent that the Saber Vipers are insufferable. The Saber Vipers have nothing to redeem them. They don't do anything positive. Yet. Maybe they will later. That would be nice. Damn, this place is huge. Reminds me of when we escaped Orcus Tower during the trade conference. Yeah. But this is pretty far from the tower, all things considered. I'm surprised they even bothered to build something like this under the downtown district. Makes you wonder how much mirror the government blew connecting Orcus Tower right under the people who needed it most. From what I heard previously, the D sector was primarily designed as a parking structure for orbital vehicles. And yet, there are none to be seen whatsoever. Is it gonna be that Ravash was gonna take over downtown, and so the people who were in their pocket pushed for parking structures? You're right. Not to mention, this space would be excessive even in a place where cars are more common, like the Republic. I don't get it. How many people did they expect would actually use a parking garage under the downtown district of all places? We could be here all day trying to wrap our heads around their reasoning. Let's just move on. Don't forget, we have a wanted monster with our names on it. It should be somewhere deeper inside. Cause like there was something about Ravash wanting to expand into this area. So it would track that they had them make a parking structure just for them, basically. Yo, these team rushes are wonderful. These master quartzes level up very slowly. I'm curious as to whether they eventually level up more quickly. Okay, I'm over-leveled. Like, whether they eventually level up more quickly, or if you can only get to, like, max level master quartz if you commit to, like, excessive farming just to level it up. You just grind that? I don't know. Or maybe on, like, a New Game Plus playthrough you can get it to higher levels? I don't know. Considering this level 100, there are level 100 monster chests. It could just be that level 80 to 100, or between level 70 and level 100, that's when master quartz start to properly level up. And that would make sense, I think, if in the last sort of stretch of the game, the master quartz would level up a ton. But I don't know. Gameplay-wise, I'm really uncertain. Look at that chest! It's a very... It's all green. It's funny that they say it in English. It's always fun to me. Why is this guy coming so far this way? Yeah, nice fight though. It's just interesting to me. The applications of languages in other languages, like I guess I'll just do this. Nah, let's just attack the guy right here. She will death spiral that guy. You know what, death spiral right there. I don't know why they're so focused on the backline. Well, I know why, but... She's about to die. She's gonna do this, to just heal everyone. I need to figure out... Ooh, hit 3. That's kind of good. In specific uses. This chest message is exclusive DLC content and will have to be downloaded separately. Isn't content part of DLC is downloadable content, isn't it? Yeah, DLC stands for downloadable content. So DLC content is downloadable content. That's pretty funny to me. Okay. Okay. Ooh, there's not something there. For a second I thought I'd be able to explore further. Who would I put hit? Actually, I only have hit on her. Yup. Hit 1. Darn. I'd have to put the attack 3, but I don't have enough. Okay, I'll do that later. I think Lloyd needs hit 3 because he keeps missing. Oh, chest there. So I assume following here will get me to that chest. And going straight will probably be progress. I think here will get me there. I don't want to fight you in a fair fight. Yep, I figured this would get me to the chest. And that's it. Ooh, what's the sign say? Cool! I opened a door. No idea where. EP charge 2. 28 of... I have no idea if I've even read 27. Those qualities pleased her father greatly. He was the son of a viscount who could easily be manipulated. What a find! And had she not fallen in love just before the engagement, she would have thought so too. So she is indeed in love with the other person. So it's not a mistake. Like, he is not mistaken that she is in love with someone else. Which was possible throughout. They have a lot of these fire lines. I want to run back to check, but... Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to run back because I unlocked something somewhere. No idea where, but... AD of each Sepeth. Erebonia to the left of me, Calvar to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with loot. I don't know that song. I know Stuck in the Middle with You, but I don't actually know the song. I assume I want to go, not here, the other way. But like, I just want to double check before I go this way. So there should be a door somewhere back this way that must have been locked. Oh. Oh. Okay, there's a button right below me that I need to go to and it will open that door, I assume. So this should open the door. If that was there that whole time, then that's weird, but I assume I had to get both of the top ones and that one. Found chest message. Oh, that's so weird looking. Because it's the, item color for the text. It's kind of neat. It's fun. Decent joke. Should I go heal? I should probably heal. Because I assume the monster's going to be right here. Though, it might not be. Because it would be pretty quick compared to some of these, but yeah. This is not yet done, but it might be done soon. So we're going up. It's kind of questionable, the logic behind us not having a map of this area. Oh, this is where the guys got shot. That's what this is all about. Let's leave it alone for a second. This does not look fun. Okay, so she's going to... you don't analyze, whatever. Chrono Calamity Claw. And she just kind of shoots at people. And they don't have a lot of HP. If they group up enough, I can just S-craft them to death, probably. Let's see if I can Raging Spin them all together. I assume it won't pull them. Yeah. So, they're immune to certain ones and not immune to others. They're weak to fire. And they cacophony, so they AoE us to death, probably. Fire is the biggest threat to them, and I do not have fire. the move down is actually very effective. So, no fire. And they're all full enough HP. She doesn't have enough range for that to be great. Actually, didn't Triple Piercer become... Yeah, Triple Piercer changed from a single target to a line. Let's do an arrow sickle right there. She's going to attack right here. She has a firebolt and that's it, so she's gonna death spiral. Nope, she's gonna silver thorn. I mean, he's just gonna raging spin again. That's okay damage. Yeah, like 850 each is better than punching a guy. Come on, confuse at least one of them. Oh, they resist confusion, don't they? Good to recognize. I probably should have Calamity Clawed them again. She's just gonna attack again. Calamity Claw. So they're gonna have non-existent movement. And they're gonna be really slow. He's just gonna use the same attack again. Because it's very effective. Blue Drop can't hit more than 2. Arrow Sickle can hit 3. I want a Death Spiral. I'm not big enough though. Still can only hit 2. Let's just use Firebolts. I think at this point I can just attack. Yeah, that gave less Sepith than some things, but not bad. So that's the Extermination. Ascend. Another craft book. I think Wazi and Tio could make something of this one. I'd be willing to give it a shot. Wazi? Sure. Let's see what we can do. Sigma Ascension. I'm gonna explore a little bit more. I don't think I ever explored the north here. I don't think I ever explored up this way. Okay, so that's shut down. And I actually think I might have... Wait, it doesn't shut down. But I think that might have been where we came from. That's definitely not where we came from, right? We definitely came from over here. Yeah, this is where we came from. Yeah, I think that must have been where we came from, right? Because otherwise, why would this be here? And then we ran up, we got here, we fought some people, and then we kept going north. Maybe I did explore this way, and there was like a chest or something up there? I can't remember. Anyway, now I have to go all the way back out. But the way out is actually quick. Which is nice. Why do they have lights on the front when they have lights on the side? It seems inefficient. Because everything is sufficiently lit up, so they don't really need more lighting, but anyway. That is it for Crossbell City. I have to go to the IBC for the main quest. I'm blocking you kids, you don't get to go anywhere. So, I don't need to go to St. Ursula. I haven't gone to the police academy yet. So today is already an hour 4. I'm going to go to the police academy, Mines, Mining Village, and maybe Armorica for today. And then tomorrow will just be Tangram, Belgard, and then I think just the main quest left. Yeah, this one's on West Crossbell Highway, so that's Bellegarde Gate. So Tangram, Bellegarde, and then continuing the main quest will be tomorrow. And then that will be the end of the day, and that might be the end of this chapter once I get there. But today I will just finish up Police Academy, Mines, at least the Police Academy. I might not get to all three of those, that might be too much. I really want to check out Stargazer's Tower. But I know that Reese is here, so there'd be no quest with her at Stargazer's right now. I just feel like I should check it, but it's such a off the beaten path section. Nothing important. Basically, I'm here to check for the pink-haired girl who showed up previously. He has failure dishes. I haven't made any more failures yet. Ooh, I apparently have. I have brown liquid. Because that was given to me by the guy. It's going to take some time to install a new gate now that the last one's kaput. Honestly, I still can't believe something managed to tear that thing apart in the first place. For the time being, we'll have to rely on the CGF's assistance for security. It actually makes sense to go here anyway, because this is near where the incident occurred. The cadets have been abuzz ever since the train derailment. I understand why they're restless. There's nothing they can do about the situation. As their instructor, it's my duty to boost their morale and make sure that their focus is on their studies. Okay, I can't go there. I think what I might do for today, right now, I'm going to run back to the Knox Forest entrance, see if there's anyone to talk to there. Because there is a chance that there will be people there that are worth talking to. I don't remember this song. It's very faint. Oh, did I? I'm pretty sure I put it back. Yeah. I turned down the music and increased the sound when I was going to try and fish for a bunch of gold salmon. But then I didn't fish for a bunch of gold salmon because I caught the legendary fish instantly. I assume there's not going to be anything down here to do. But I'm going to check. I hate these chameleons. They're one of the worst enemies so far. There was something that popped up right here. It might have just been a graphical thing. Okay. So there. This goes here. I assume there's not going to be anything important here. But the fact that I wasn't blocked off from exploring it is why I'm kind of suspicious and feel the need to explore. I just feel like I kind of have to explore it because they didn't stop me. They might have just not stopped me so that it could be used as a place to level up or something, but... Okay, so yeah, this is progress. I'm pretty sure I checked down here. Yeah, the chest. Please no chameleon. Okay, the chameleon turned around. And I got past it. Nice. And then this is that. This is a monster chest. And then I need to go over this way. I'm basically just going to do a quick search of here. On the off chance like a cadet is down here. Nothing here, but there are paths that are currently blocked off. How is that one blocked off? Is there a log that's supposed to be there that I just can't see? Because I could clearly walk past this. Anyway, that's a quick check. I didn't expect that it was likely there'd be anything there, But there was definitely a chance that exploring, or that checking out Nox Forest would lead to a side quest. Because a lot of the side quests don't actually make sense following direct, character motivation logic. Like, there's so many side quests you can only do if you go where your character would never logically go. Because like, oh, what the? I'm turned around. Wait, how do I get out? Oh, I have to interact with a rope. Anyway, that's that. There doesn't seem to be anybody in this area. There's no real reason to keep going. So I'm gonna quickly check out mines and then maybe Armorica, leaving the 2 gates and the main quest for tomorrow. I don't like how they changed the perspective. I really wish north was always to the top side of the map and not rotating. I do understand why, since the fixed camera element of the game, like the controlled camera, limits the visibility. So if the angles that you're walking are would be awkward with the camera that's facing north, it makes sense for it to swap. And the map rotates to match. Okay. She's not out. Makes sense. Oh, walking in the rain without an umbrella, I see. Not bad, not bad. There's nothing like a man soaked to the bone. His clothes cling to him. Creepy. More and more people are setting off to live in the city these days. Fortunately, we have boys and girls with plenty of mind's pride who are here to stay, like Logie and Amy. Nothing could make me happier. I have lived here all my years, after all. Yes. Staying to live in a mining town. Very happy, very prideful. Take care out there, everybody. Rainy days like this one are no laughing matter in mines. One false move could send you tumbling down a cliff. It's more likely than you think. Max and I grew up here. We've been warned about this kind of thing since we were kids. It's such a weird area. The weather can be rather temperamental. Temperamental? Is that how you spell temperamental? Huh. You actually put the A in temperamental, even though you don't pronounce it. Neat. The rain can be rather temperamental here in the mountains. At times, the rain gets so heavy that the bus services have to be suspended. Today isn't one of those times, but nevertheless, take care making your way around. There's been talk of large, mysterious monsters appearing throughout the state. Not to mention that creature sighted near the train accident yesterday. Could they perhaps be related to the monsters that appeared in the old, deserted mine? Whatever the case, we had best tread carefully. Everyone's safety depends on it. This rain is so relaxing. We don't get many guests on days like today, so I'm just going to take it easy. Rainy days are the worst. The floors get all wet, and then I have to mop it. Can't Carlos eat any faster? I want him to go home already. I finished transporting today's septium load earlier this morning. If I'd done it after the rain picked up, the road would have been too slick and muddy to get any traction on. Knowing when it's safe to drive is a skill all of its own. Anybody here? I'm really glad this game has a speed up function. I couldn't imagine checking every little nook and cranny. And I don't even check every nook and cranny. But checking every nook and cranny without this speed up. Daddy always looks so sad on rainy days. Maybe it's because he misses being a miner. But I love Daddy just the way he is. It was a rainy day like today, when I injured my leg and had to retire from being a miner. Even now, the damn thing still aches. Weird concept to me. Like, mining is not, like, maybe I've never mined in my life. I'm pretty sure mining is not a fun job. It's too rainy to play outside. This sucks. When's Dad gonna get home? When's Dad getting home? I wanna play already. The mine gets awfully cold on rainy days. Not that the miners particularly mind. They'll dress light for work no matter what the weather. Goodness me, I just hope they don't catch a cold. Well, it's almost like when mining is a lot of physical work. And so as you're mining, you heat up. And if you're dressed too warmly, you will overheat, probably. Thanks to Gans, I've been able to refocus myself on my work. I plan on returning the favor by picking up his tab tonight. And for reference, Gans has been building up a tab apparently for a long time, and he's not going to be able to pay for the tab. The tab is too much. But if it's just for tonight, he might be able to do it. This morning, I dug up a gigantic saffron crystal. That sucker was this big around. No fooling. Heh, I've been kicking all sorts of ass at work these days. If only I had this kind of luck at the casino. Well, I mean, casinos are stacked against you. Between cave-ins and monster outbreaks, we miners put our lives on the line all the time. How do we manage to tough this job out? By trusting each other and taking pride in our work, that's how. I'd say the others are starting to realize that fact. The way we've all been coming together as a team lately. As chief of this mine, I'm blessed to lead a crew like the one I've got. Rainy days in the mines are the worst. It gets so cold I can barely stand it. I guess it would warm me up if I moved around more, but too much work. He's now gone back to hating work. We've almost made our way to the rock lair we've been aiming for. A boatload of septium awaits. But I've got to keep digging. Keep on digging. I don't think there's ever anybody down here. But the issue with these games is, even if there's never anybody here, sometimes there are. For no reason, with no actual prompting that would be like, oh hey, check this area out. Most of them actually do a good job of prompting you. Like, oh, they do have hints as to what could, about, oh hey, you should check this area out for this or that. But it very frequently does not do it well. Like, I don't think there's anything that suggested visiting Reese by the Moon Temple. Like, there was nothing that I saw or I can remember that suggested to visit her. So sometimes you just have to check everywhere, which just feels like a waste of time most of the time. So I have people to talk to here. The police are investigating the orbital truck I bought from Minith. They said it wouldn't take long, but I hope they bring it back soon. Rain is a blessing from the heavens for us farmers. It's by the goddess's divine will that all of us may eat. I'll have to make sure I pay my respects to her. It's interesting because the flowers that they grow, supposedly, in reality, would grow in water. So it's weird how they grow in this world, but it is a different world. I hurt my lower back yesterday, and it's no better today. I'm getting too old for this. That grandson of mine, on the other hand, he seems different today somehow. I wonder what's come over him. He's happy that Minith is gone. Gramps threw out his back yesterday. He really ought to take the day off. I bet he would have if he didn't think I was incapable of running the store myself. I'll show him. I've got to get my act together and work harder. Racing flags. Such a adult thing to put in your room. Not that it matters. Seems yesterday's incident helped Derek and Chief Toll to make up with one another. Those two always put the needs of the village above all else. Our Mork has been through some hard times recently, but I'm sure things will start looking up for us soon. The young'uns are having Sunday school over at the inn today. All I could ever teach them is farming, so I hope they study hard. So that's why they aren't right here anymore. This ladder bugs me. I wish I could go up. They're talking. His wife is here. Derek and Tolta have been brainstorming new ideas together since yesterday evening. Rather than change the way we do things, they want to bring some life back into the village by showing off its traditional charms. See, that's the way to do it. With those two working together, our Mork is almost certainly in good hands. I'll be cheering them on the whole way through. Because yeah, you lean into that traditional stuff and turn yourself into a tourist place to visit. Like a place for tourists to visit and experience what it was like hundreds of years ago. Because this entire areas that are like, hey, here's what this was like when people lived here like hundreds of years ago, and it's not uncommon. About this idea of yours, Derek, the apiculture experience. It has its benefits, but are you certain it would be safe to allow civilians into our fields? I see your concern, but I think it'll be okay. Honey is the village's specialty after all. We could even teach people how to handle bees properly. I'm willing to consider it. Looks like Chief Tolta and Derek are getting along just fine now. The conflict has only brought them closer together in the end. Let's just leave them to it. See, that's the way to do it. Be like, okay, what we have now, though they should limit them to one field, one section of one field, but like what we have now, and then get people to visit, as opposed to selling out to a random corporation that you don't even have any proof the guy works for the corporation. Where does she teach them in an inn? Does she teach them in one of the rooms? The rhythmic tapping of the rain against the window and a warm coffee by my side. He doesn't have coffee in front of him. Days like this are perfect for sinking into a good book. Maybe I can put a dent in my backlog today. We are renting out the large room on the second floor for Sunday school today. I think I'll whip up some pudding for the kids. They could probably use a snack. And an extra serving for the sister, of course. Oh yeah, that big referendum is coming up soon, isn't it? If only I didn't have to go all the way out to the city to vote. Still, this is important to the future of our village. I'm not about to shirk my civic duty. Ugh, rainy days are the worst. They're drab, they're humid, and don't get me started on how dirty the floors get. Can't our customers be more conscious of all the mud they're tracking in here? That wasn't a fair voice to give her, but... Hey, is this the old lady? Until we moved here, I didn't know traveling Sunday school classes were a thing. It must be difficult to commute all the way out here from the cathedral. I'll have to remember to thank the sister for her service. When I lived in the city, I had to go to the cathedral for Sunday school. Now that I live here, the sister comes to me. It's pretty nice, actually. We're having Sunday school today. The guy who runs the inn is going to give us snacks during our break. Man, I'm excited. Can't this lesson go any faster? Me, Camille, and Stefan are learning today. I don't really get any of it, though. While making my way through the village, I saw what appeared to be giant cat prints all over the ground. What could have happened here? Oh. Yes, okay, this was when Minith released the cats. One thing of note this kind of interesting. This is like, as a kid, I went to church because my mother is religious. Not super duper religious, but goes to church regularly, I think still. And there would always be snack time at the end of the kid. I don't even remember. I don't think it was called Sunday school. It might have been. But like for the first half of the church component, the kids would be separate with their little stories. And there would always be pita and grapes. Ooh, lovely pita. But not like thick Greek pita. The more thin with an air pocket pita, which is, in my opinion, a better type of pita. Because pitas that are thick, like Greek pitas, just get kind of dry when you're not eating them with other stuff, so that you can't just eat them by themselves. Whereas those thin pitas with air in the middle, ooh, you can eat them. They're dry, but it's thin enough that it's not torture to chew. So that was a good time. I'm just checking here, because I'm still like, there's a chance Mineth is in the area, and I don't want to miss any chances to fight him and beat him up, because he deserves it to be beat up. I already beat her. Yeah, I already finished that fishing. Oh, it's Chiribru. This rain caught me by surprise. Guess I'll just have to take shelter here for a bit. I can't wait to get to Armorica. I'm going to need some nice warm omelet rice after this. I'm glad I found her. She shows up in random places, seemingly, on her adventures. Sort of the equivalent of, what's his name? It's not Andre. I can't remember his name, but he's the guy in the Sky series who was going town to town, ended up falling for Shara, had a drinking contest, and got drunk under the table, literally. Like they drank so much that he like passed out underneath the table. With him not even standing the slightest chance. So, I will stop here for today. Next time I will do Tangram Gate, Belgard Gate for the quest, and then continue the quest line. And then continue the main quest. But here's where I stop for today. Have a good day. Bye-bye.